I know some people were lucky enough to stay home today, but some workers and crews are out here still doing their job, one of which is like Comcast here. They're working to restore service right now on the east side.
Pretty brutal out here right now.
Lots.
What hurts the most exactly?
What hurts the most? Possibly my fingertips.
It's the fingertips.
Yes.
And lots.
Well, we're warming up so we can go back and finish.
Of breaks are in the cards for these two Comcast employees today, currently fixing this amplifier that the cold weather took out.
Making sure once we feel our fingers start to tingle, we have to get back in and warm up. That's to make sure that we don't damage ourselves, basically.
Indianapolis Power and Light employees also braving the freezing temps today with 4,700 power outages at one point this morning. Even fixing traffic lights like these that were knocked out across the city.
There's your food. I'm glad you bundled up.
Meals on Wheels volunteers still bringing food to seniors, disabled, and the chronically ill in our community. What does it mean to you that they're still delivering you food in the cold?
Beautiful, beautiful.
How many people are you serving today?
We're serving about 800 clients today. We're doing our best to get the meals out. You
see, volunteers also do wellness checks on top of delivering the meals, so it makes their work just that more important today.
Well, I got 5 layers on, so just trying to keep everything covered.
But you're still delivering?
Yes, ma'am. We do it every 365 days a year.
And let's not forget about our fast food delivery angels. This Jimmy John's employee biking to his next destination a little harder today. What's the farthest that you have to go?
We do, I think it's 1.3 miles east, and then I think 1.5 miles south.
We thank you. Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
And hats off to Stephanie as well. To become a volunteer with Meals on Wheels and help feed the community, visit mealsonwheelsindy.org.
I was cold just watching that.
Right.
Oy. Well, emergency personnel continue to be on alert and ready to respond at a moment's notice. RTV6's Matt McClellan is live from Marion County's Emergency Operations Center, where they are monitoring conditions and needs around the clock.
IMPD's Homeland Security Bureau has activated the EOC to monitor conditions. IDHS ready to help in case local resources do get overwhelmed, but telling me that does not appear to be a problem, fortunately, at this hour. I do want to show you all of the screens they are monitoring as this Arctic blast hits Indiana. Of course, they've got the National Weather Service radar up to see just how cold conditions are across the region. They're also keeping an eye on IPL's outage map, where about 100 customers are still without power. That number down from several thousand earlier today. They're also, if you come down here, keeping an eye on road conditions as well as medical emergencies that they may need to respond to. Now, if you look out across the EOC, you'll see just a handful of officials coordinating with different agencies, staying on top of power outages and medical emergencies in case anything does happen. The quiet, of course, though, that's a good sign. Right now, the EOC staying in close communication with area hospitals as well as utility companies and homeless shelters during these dangerously cold conditions. Reporting on the east side, Matthew McClellan, RTV6.
Thank you, Matt, for that. And the coldest day of the year, and your furnace stops working. You want it fixed, and you want it fixed quickly. That was the plight many Hoosiers today, and the repair crews hustling from call to call to get the heat back on. RTV6's Derek Thomas continues our team coverage.
55-year-old David Hayes was inside his home wearing a parka. That gives you an idea of the temperature inside. He was waiting for the diagnosis of the service technician to let him know what was wrong with his natural gas furnace. He was worried how the cold temperatures would affect his grandchildren, 3-month-old Harlan and 17-month-old Athena, who his wife babysits twice a week.
My wife, she has some health problems as well, and and then having the grandbabies over here, I wouldn't definitely want to jeopardize my precious family. So. So we would have had to make alternate arrangements.
But there was a quick evaluation of the problem, a dirty flame sensor module.
On something like that, it just requires the use of some steel wool to be able to clean the flame sensor and then it to be reinserted back into the burners.
Ron Casey has been working nonstop all day long, responding to calls.
In this type of weather, just a few minutes without heat can be dangerous to folks, dangerous to plumbing. So we have to be prepared to be able to address those issues as fast as we can to get them fixed.
The repair was completed with the cost of a service call. No new parts, no new furnace.
How do you feel? Ecstatic, and I know my wife will be ecstatic as well. And my grandbabies will be coming over for to see us on Friday, so be nice and toasty.
From start to finish, it took less than 20 minutes. If only all furnace repairs were this easy. Derek Thomas, RTV6.
Thank you, Derek. And once again, many Hoosiers won't get mail tomorrow, just like today. The Postal Service is suspending delivery in the following zip code locations: 460 through 469, 472 through 475, 487 and 479. It's so cold, only walruses were outside at the zoo today, and the staff took extra precautions with them. Normally, they fed them out of the water so they can check them over, but today they fed them in the water, which is kept at 53 degrees. Not even the brown bears with their thick coats wanted to venture out. The zoo was closed today because of the weather.
Imagine being a firefighter and battling a huge fire in this weather. Well, that's what happened in Hendricks County today at Ray's Trash Services. And now investigators are looking into the cause. The fire broke out before 10 this morning inside a building where trash is stored and compacted. Ray's is on US 40 in Clayton, just west of Plainfield. Extreme cold was just one of the challenges firefighters from multiple departments faced. Confined spaces inside the building made the work difficult. The 2-alarm fire forced the closure of US 40 for more than 3 hours. There were no injuries to firefighters or employees of Ray's.
Tonight, the sudden closure of a Northeast Side spa is raising some concerns among consumers who say they're out hundreds of dollars. Several customers contacted Call 6 Investigates for help. Our Kara Kenny is working to find out what you can do when a business suddenly closes up shop. Kara.
That's right, Mark. According to customers and neighboring businesses, Felipe's Day Spa closed its doors within the last week or so. One customer sent me pictures of 2 of his wife's gift cards she still has left to use, totaling nearly $200. The spa is located in Clearwater Village Shopping Center on East 82nd Street. No one is answering the phone, and the Facebook page is no longer available, and we've been unable to reach the owner nor the company contact left on the spa's door. State licensing records show the spa has had its license at that location since at least 2003. Customers with remaining gift cards and credits want their money back. So here's what you can do if a business suddenly closes its doors. File a dispute with your bank or credit card company and let them know you did not get the services you paid for. Send a snail mail letter to the company demanding a refund, because many businesses forward their mail after they close. File a lawsuit in small claims court. You can also file a complaint with the Attorney General and the Better Business Bureau. They can try to mediate and get you your money back. We could not find any bankruptcy filings for Felipe's Day Spa, but when a company does file for bankruptcy, the court decides who receives the company's assets, and that could include you, the customer, and employees who are owed money. Back to you, Amanda.
Thank you, Karen. Still ahead on the news at 6, paying the educational bills for public safety officers. The bill making its way through the State House.
Plus heartbreak for an Indiana Police Department as they mourn the loss of one of their own. But he's not the only victim.
Plus, 7-year-old fighting cancer gets a special birthday gift. The surprise he receives surrounded by friends and family.
And hang in there, a warm-up is on the way to central Indiana. We'll talk about when officially that will arrive, just how warm it will be, and the accumulating snow that comes before it. You're watching RTV6 News at 6.
Night on Friday at Ashley Home Store.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Now here's a look at more of the stories making headlines around our state today. We begin in Northeast Indiana, where the Ligonier Police Department is mourning the loss of a young officer. Newlyweds Ethan Kaiser and his wife Shauna died in a crash Monday night when the SUV he was driving spun into the path of another SUV on a snow and ice covered road. This happened near Cromwell in Noble County. Ethan was a part-time officer with the Ligonier Police Department. His wife was studying to be a teacher. They'd only been married for 5 months. A bill to cover the education costs of Indiana's public safety officers is moving forward at the State House. The House approved a bill that would establish the Ivy Tech Public Safety Scholarship. This scholarship would provide up to 2 academic years of tuition at Ivy Tech for public safety officers with a high school diploma or equivalent. Bill sponsor Representative Randy Fry of Greensburg said due to the shortage of fire protection around the state, this scholarship would only be available to volunteer firefighters for the first 2 years. After 2021, it would open up to paid police officers, firefighters, and EMTs. That bill now moves to the Senate. Zionsville residents now have more opportunities to hear that dangerous weather is on the way. The Zionsville Fire Department reports 2 additional emergency warning sirens have been installed, in addition to the 3 new sirens that were installed last year. The new sirens are located on State Road 32 and US 421.
Weather has postponed tonight's lecture at DePaul University by former Ohio governor and presidential candidate John Kasich. Now, it has been moved to tomorrow night at 7:30 because DePaul was closed today. The event is free and open to everyone. Seating is first come, first served. Kresge Auditorium doors open at 6:15 for DePaul students and all others at 6:45. A birthday bell is ringing for a special 7-year-old boy at Riley Hospital for Children. He's beating cancer and celebrating another year and a special trip. Maddox has spent half of his life fighting acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Today, he finished up treatment with friends and family by his side. The Make-A-Wish Foundation is making sure it's a birthday he will never forget. This summer, he'll be taking a Disney cruise. His parents say they're so proud of how strong he's been.
Riley's been amazing. They have carried us through this entire treatment. They've educated us along the way. They've been patient with us with all of our questions and obviously healed Maddox's body. And now Make-A-Wish is coming in and healing our soul.
Well, Maddox turned 7 years old today. He was joined by his doctor, Make-A-Wish staffers, and his parents. Happy birthday, Maddox, and safe travels. Enjoy your trip.
Yeah, happy birthday there. And we had temperatures today that at least we get historic credit for. We tied that record low of -11, and now we start to slowly climb out of the deep freeze. We take you west over to Putnam County and just look at the steam that's rolling through the sky there. We've got our temperature at an even 0 degrees. Bright spot, your wind is pretty calm there, so it doesn't feel a whole lot colder. That's not the case everywhere, though. At 0, it feels like -19 in Indy. 12 below is what it feels like for you in Bloomington, and close to 30 below 0 right now around Peru, Kokomo, and the Logansport areas. Storm Team 6 radar is quiet, and it will stay that way for about 24 more hours before some snow moves in. Well, tonight, no snow, but we got plenty of cold as those skies are going to stay mostly clear for us. The temperature will continue to make its trek back below 0. And as we go into our Thursday morning, these numbers look pretty familiar, pretty close to where we were this morning. -5 in Bloomington, -10 in Muncie, and -9 in downtown. But yeah, we got to factor in a wind. It's not going to be as breezy as what we had this morning, but still, it just takes a little bit of a breeze to make things feel quite a bit worse. Tomorrow morning, the wind chill values about 0 to -30 across central Indiana. Now, they will improve as we go through the day. We get on the plus side, most areas, as we head into our Thursday afternoon and evening. Actual temperature will be in the single digits through noon. Start off with some sunshine, then we build in a few of those clouds as we go through the day. Mostly cloudy skies into the afternoon, and temperatures that make their way into the upper teens. We'll actually continue to warm those temperatures tomorrow night as our next weather system rolls in here. So we had the cold, we got a little break from the active weather. Well, now snow is going to move back into the forecast. This is 7:30 tomorrow evening. Leading edge of that right along I-65 from Lafayette to Indianapolis, down through Columbus into Seymour. And much of tomorrow night, we will have some of that steady, light to at times, moderate snow falling across central Indiana. It should mainly be out of here, though, in time for the Friday morning commute.